Since when do noblemen fight peasants?
Sign of the times. Saskia treats the peasantry as our equals. And once you let a dog inside, it will never sleep in the doghouse again. But that's not for me to judge. The point is, you can make good coin off fist fights.
Any rules to this?
Each contender puts down his stake, which rises the more fights he wins. If you want to fight, put down some coin. Up for the next fight, or are you just going to stand there and go?
Any rules to this?
Up for...
A worthy contender, please.
For starters, you'll fight a novice. Stand and fight, but first, show me your coin. In that case, betting is now open. Slug it between the eyes. Don't be afraid of him. That was a sight for sore eyes. Beautiful fight. Congratulations on your win. You're moving up the ranks, sir, just like your winnings. Ready for another fight?
A worthy contender, please.
The better the opponent, the better the fight. The better the fight, the higher the stakes. The higher the stakes, the bigger the winnings. In that case, betting is now open. Slug it between the eyes. Bite his balls. Slug it between the eyes. Finally, an end to the flailing and someone with a touch of finesse. The pool is yours. You're moving up the ranks, sir, just like your winnings. Ready for another fight?
A worthy contender, please.
Excellent. This is the strongest lad I know. He's knackered many a plough horse. The fortune he's made in his fist-fighting career makes many a nobleman green with envy. Place your bets. Hurry, before it's too late! In that case, betting is now open. Stop stroking him and rough him up! Bite his balls! Afraid of him! Bite his balls! That was a sight for sore eyes. Beautiful fight. Congratulations on your win. A wonderful show of strength, precision, and agility. Seems there's no one left to challenge the new champion.
You couldn't be more wrong.
Sir Silverite?
It is I.
Funny seeing you here. You've always claimed such fights were a primitive diversion for commoners.
A true knight duels another in the exquisite company of ladies and real gentlemen.
Oh, I'll never forget the great achievements of Selkirk in the tourneys.
On many occasions did my brother prove his greatness. Alas, the world's going to the dogs. Today a knight must challenge commoners to prove his bravery. But there's a witcher among you, and though his blood is no match for mine, his warring mastery is satisfactory. Perhaps when he drops to the ground at my feet, you'll realize I'm not merely Selkirk's brother. I'll be known as Silgrat, every witcher's worst nightmare. I challenge you, witcher. The wager is 2 sacks of gold. Believe me, Silgrat doesn't challenge any old serf.
You want to prove you're your brother's equal? Show me what you're made of.
Stand and fight.
Slug him between the eyes! Don't be afraid of him!
You won. Finish me off.
I'm no murderer. Besides, it was only a fist fight.
I'd rather have died at your hands.
It was an honest fight, just like you wanted.
You fail to understand. My reputation is ruined, my honor gone.
I thrashed you and won a pile of coin. Not sure I care about your reputation.
We'll meet again. Silgrat forgets no insult.
Congratulations to the victors, and thanks to the vanquished. You proved your mastery, Witcher. Fighting you is an honor. Let's tend to the pool! Slug him between the eyes! Bite his balls!
Look, another one. You let one human in and in no time
Take
you've
care of
got a
yourself,
swarm.
Witcher.
Morning.
I am your humble servant.
Damn! What's with everyone being so nice today? Stop stroking him and wrap it up! Who's he?
He travels somewhere, killing monsters.
There goes the piece, eh?
Hello, Witcher. Don't bump your greetings, colleague. I'm Urso, Rat Catcher.
traps of all sorts, for mice and for trolls, and a special discount for witches.
Hello, pretty boy.
Welcome to Vergen.
You miss quite a scrap, gentlemen, and an opportunity to slay a monarch. The prince duelled Henselt. They fought as equals.
Impossible.
And yet it was so.
You've all seen the magical phenomenon covering the battlefield. For any who still have doubts, this is no mundane mist, nor a petty fairground illusion. Most likely, we're up against a blood curse, an old and powerful spell. We do not know who cast it or why. For now, I have one piece of good news and several pieces of bad news. The good news is that Henselt and his army have been halted for the time being.
And the bad news?
The mist will grow. It may even engulf Vergen. Furthermore, wraiths may emerge from it.
Can they be made penitent? With an axe to the head?
In theory, yes, but I would suggest putting your faith in a silver weapon. Furthermore, the ghosts will weaken as they move away from the mist.
Is there any way to drive it off? Exorcise it?
A question for myself and Geralt of Rivia.
The Kingslayer?
Contrary to what old women at the wells say, he did not, in fact, slay any kings.
Of course he didn't. Wouldn't hurt a fly, that one. Look at his eyes. You'll see he's the sensitive kind.
Whatever you may see in his eyes, few know more about lifting curses. Gentlemen, I do not require you to understand this phenomenon, but there are a few rules I insist you must follow.
Here we go.
No one is to approach the mist. It is mortally dangerous. In addition, we need to learn the story of the battle. For this, I especially count on the aid of Mr. Cecil Burden.
At your service, my lady.
Thank you. To lift the curse, we require some objects symbolic of the war. Ones belonging to those who perished here 3 years past.
Pfft, more scrap iron from that massacre lying about than lice in Cecil's beard. I thought curses were best handled with...
Please leave the thinking to me, Mr. Zigrin, and I'd gladly hear less from you from now on. The objects must be magically active and strictly linked to the ghosts of the fallen. That is all.
Let me be clear. You're all to aid Philippa and the Witcher. What are you grumbling about now, Yarpen?
It's something in my gullet.
Take a swig of wine. Now, to worldly matters. How many are we?
Saskia, you know well...
How many?
We dwarves are near 200, but don't judge us by our number.
500 peasants will come, though you'll get no precise count.
My lords?
53 knights and another 200 armed men. Not enough.
Henselt leads 5,000, 5-1 against us. What think you of that?
We are few, they are many, but we have our walls, low though they be. If we had archers, who knows?
Oh, for a regiment of heavy arbalists from Lyria!
We have something better. Yorvith's elves. Scoia'tael. Gentlemen, I give you Yorvith.
What do you seek here, murderer?
100 of the North's best archers await your orders, Dragon Slayer.
You wished for archers? Here they are. I take no pleasure in fraternizing with elves. Not even a shit-coated stick can be a weapon.
He burned down the villages of many in my horde.
The free peasantry is one thing, but a criminal with a price on his head in all the northern realms? This is too much.
Saskia, say the word and we'll depart.
Hear me out. Yorvith came to fight for me. I trust him, and I know that he'll stay the course. Just like each of you.
How could you know that? He's an elf! Treason runs in his veins!
He's been fighting humans for a century.
But for the first time in scores of years, his fight makes sense. The Scoia'tael know no peace. They've died for Nilfgaard, for the Valley of the Flowers, in vain. They'd been betrayed and cheated. Now they have a new goal. The Pontar Valley could be the first state where no man would have to fear elven arrows when venturing beyond city walls. And elves and dwarves wouldn't live in ghettos or on reservations. First, however, we have a battle to win. You know who we're up against. It's a splendid army, brave and well led. They cannot be scared off or routed. They have to be killed. I want Yorvith to sit at the same table as we do. I want him to kill Cadweni for us. And I assure you that he'll do so with a smile, if only you let him.
If I'm to see a smile on that skinny face, amen. Yorvith stays.
Bloody hell! Father's turning in his grave, but a must's a must. I say aye.
Nay, you killed my men, elf. Remember them?
If I hadn't killed them, they'd have killed me.
All right. For the sake of better times, and for Kedwin's doom, aye!
Down with the sons of bitches! Cheers!
Poison! She's dying! Take her somewhere safe and guard her with your lives. I'll gather what I need and join you soon.
I'll place my best warriors on watch.
Quickly, lads! A letter!
She ceased casting spells.
Saskia, is she alive?
In a manner of speaking. I've slowed her life functions as far as possible. Her condition is stable.
Do you know the poison?
Thaumadour, commonly known as mage pain. It has a terrible reputation.
An antidote must exist.
What can we do?
Treatment will require herbs, magic, and blood.
Not ordinary blood, I presume.
Correct. We require royal blood.
We could use Letho right now.
The nearest king is on the other side of the Mist of Wraiths.
You misunderstood me. It need not be the blood of a ruling monarch. It is the genotype contained in royal blood that is required. Kings issue from ancient dynasties. Over the ages, to survive, rulers needed exceptional resistance and strength. As royal dynasties rarely admit common blood, the strength of their genes remains great. I shall employ self-healing genetic therapy that will teach Saskia's body how to rid itself of the poison.
You'll have her drink human blood.
No, I shall inject it directly into her heart.
What kind of herbs are we talking about?
I'll need a subterranean variety of purple foxglove, known to the dwarves as the immortelle, and an elven rose of remembrance.
Triss had a rose of remembrance. She claimed the flowers are exceptional.
Long ago, the Enshe who succeeded in cultivating the roses enjoyed great respect.
Times have changed.
As have elves.
There are no elven gardens nearby. We must return to Flotsam.
Triss has a rose of remembrance from Flotsam. It's her we need to find. Where will we find immortelles?
They grow deep beneath the earth, which should not be a problem as Vergen lies on top of a mine.
How will they help Saskia?
Mage pain wreaks havoc in internal tissues. The immortelle will help restore them.
What else do you need to heal Saskia?
Thaumadour is a self-perpetuating substance. Any incursion into a cluster of poisoned cells causes an immediate chain reaction. Each tainted cell that is removed is replaced by 10 new tainted cells. To interrupt this reaction, I'll need an ungodly amount of the power. A water or air genie, or one of the 20 legendary rings of power would be best.
One to bring them all and in the darkness bind them.
Right. And then I'll have to run barefooted to the top of a volcano.
All right. Let's forget the rings. I need a vast quantity of the power, no matter the source. Find something.
An immortelle, a rose of remembrance, royal blood and magic sounds like a fairy tale.
A poor one at that. No prince's kiss to top things off.
I wish it were a fairy tale, especially a poor one, as a happy ending would then be inevitable. May I count on your help, Geralt?
You may. What about the Battle of Wraiths?
I must first see if the spells keeping Saskia alive are in order. Then we'll consider how best to send the spectres to their rest. Actually, you could tend to that yourself. Ask the locals about the battle. Maybe you'll learn something.
In that case, I shall search for the poison.
Only Philippa Eilhart may enter.
People of Vergen, we have a magical mist full of ghosts just outside our walls, so you'd better think twice before entering it. The mist, may the plague take it, threatens all manner of creatures, so anyone headed to the quarries or walking through the gullies should take exceptional heed. The squirrels that have made camp by the burnt huts are not our enemies, so says Saskia, and so it is. Master Geralt of Rivia and Sorceress Philippa Eilhart will deal with the mist and the wraiths. And now, open the gates and get to work.
Pale face, eyes like embers. It raised his hand and pointed a finger at...
Strangers, more strangers!
It's a waste of words.
You associate with sorceresses.
What's the rush? On.
Tents, thick as cornstalks to the horizon, banners whirring, a throng of knights, swarms of retainers. Good gods!
He knows no mercy. When I saw it.
Hee-ho, hee-ho, hee-ho.
There goes the peace, eh?
Strangers, more strangers! Damn!
Don't
What's
bump
with everyone
your
being so
woman.
nice today?
Oh,
A witcher.
I must talk to you, Witcher.
What's going on?
I'm Elias, of Yorveth's commando. I have an urgent matter.
Tell me.
Men from Vergen have been disappearing for some time. We recently found some of their corpses, so it doesn't seem to be desertion.
I need to see the corpses.
They're all buried.
Where?
Beneath a mound in the forest behind Vergen, but you shouldn't go there.
Why not?
Desecrating graves is a serious offense. The families of the dead will be furious.
What state were the bodies in?
They looked gruesome. Nothing an elf would have done, nor a human.
Where did you find the bodies?
In different places, mainly in the burned village near the ravine that leads to the town.
Only men among the victims?
Young men, humans and elves.
I don't work for free.
You'll get your reward. Do well, and I may give you something more than coin. We're losing good men.
I'll see what I can do.
Let me tell you about the woman who fell from the sky.
Come on! The place is busy like never before. Geralt, sit down. We haven't yet celebrated your raid into the mist. Sorry. Where are my manners? Sheldon Skaggs, veteran of the battles of Sodden and Brenna.
And all ends along the way.
You've already met Vergen's elder?
Greetings.
Gentlemen, not sure about you, but my throat's parched from all these greetings.
Funny, those were the first words out of your mouth.
Master Dandelion's right. A round for everyone! On me!
I'll gladly wash the road's dust from my throat, especially in such good company.
Too bad Caleb Stratton's not here. May he rest in peace.
A worthy dwarf he was. Here's to him.
Sheldon, you're lagging behind.
I've got a little screw coming tonight.
More reason to drink makes you more vigorous.
My prick withers like an old crone's tits if I drink.
And tie a carrot to it.
So, what brings you here, Geralt?
Ever heard of a unit called the Dun Banner? Apparently they left their standard behind during the last war. I need to find it if I'm to lift the curse.
Aye, the standard lies in a crypt with those of the unit who perished here.
Where's this crypt?
Not the easiest place to find. Turn right past the market, and look for a passage carved right through the rocks. That'll lead you to a valley filled with tombs and crypts.
To the fallen!
Have you ever heard of a plant called the Dwarven Immortelle?
Have we? The pigs have tight arses.
To tell the truth, I've no idea, Skaggs.
Well, it's just a saying.
You're the only one using it.
Witcher, the Immortelle. It appears most often near anthracite and aluminosilicate deposits.
Philippa needs it to heal Saskia.
A rare curio, but there's a mine nearby, and who knows, you might find it deep underground.
Why are you dwarves fighting for Saskia?
If I had a knack for business, I'd be sitting on my arse in my own inn, not giving a shit for this war. And what's my trade? Axe swinging. That's what. And if I could get killed, I'd rather know what I'm risking my neck for.
The woman's cuckoo, ready to spit in the Emperor's face even. But I have to admit, she knows all about warcraft. And damn it, she's right. Free Vergen, no matter if you're a dwarf, man, or mangy elf.
Do you hear him, Zigrin? Down on the elves already. But I bet he wouldn't sniff at 30 additional archers in battle.
Is the mine far?
Not at all. It's in Verger itself, in the town's upper quarter.
You're eager for this expedition, but nobody told the Witcher that the mine's closed.
Closed? That's true. But it's long overdue a cleaning. Weed out all the underground shit.
What are you talking about?
Not a month ago, miners started disappearing. Must have tapped the wrong vein and woken some scum from the deep. We wanted to send a crew of stout fellows in, but Saskia said she needs all the soldiers she can find up top and ready to defend the town. We closed the shaft, fearing the filth would emerge and overrun us all.
Looks like we arrived just in time, eh, Geralt?
So it seems. Let's go.
Right on. With this crew, we needn't fear any monster. How about you, Sheldon? You coming with us, or staying around to get your fuck?
Another chance that this won't come around in a hurry. Fucking can wait. I'm with you.
Let's meet at the mine's entrance.
Greetings.
It's not just any trouble. So, toss it over.
Eva? Eh? That's a witcher, not a human. Or nan.
Can we go? Hello? The Witcher's on board. We can go.
Let's get to work, my bearded friends.
Open the shaft, Skags. If you kill off those monsters, the whole of Vergen will be grateful. I'm sure some coin will be found.
We'll keep that in mind, Cecil.
So, Sheldon, you opened the shaft yet?
Keep your tricks in your trousers. You can't just plough forward all the time. A mine is like a lover. You need to be gentle, so she accepts you moist and hot.
You and your music, Sheldon.
Wait till I get my shovel!
Poor son of a bitch. He almost got away.
I think I heard something.
Yes.
That was close.
What was that?
Necrophages. With this many appearing, they must have a nest nearby.
Come on! Show yourselves! I'll let you taste my axe!
Ooh, you're making them shipwrecks.
Even then, they'd stink less than you!
Getting close.
Come on! Show yourselves! I'll let you taste my axe!
Ooh, you're making them shipwrecks.
Even then, they'd stink less than you!
I don't want anybody playing hero.
Dwarfs get three things to do in life. Build a fortress.
The miners tried to collapse this passage. I wonder what's down below.
Maybe some shit-filled necrophage cesspit.
They hide the corpses they drag in down there.
Hey, gentlemen, let's focus on finding a dwarven immortal, please.
here, girl.
That's a witch.
Would you look at that, friends? Geralt of Rivia. Coincidences do happen.
Greetings.
You don't know me, but I know you. I'm an employee of the Vivaldis Bank, and on business here, and to check up on the local mine's profitability.
Vivaldi doing all right?
Full of beans. And as per the instructions given to each of the bank's agents, I hasten to inform you that you have unlimited credit.
I could use a loan about now.
Sure thing. However, my means are limited. I can offer you the standard short-term loan for those working in high-risk professions. Will that do you?
I'm sure Vivaldi wouldn't mind if I borrowed a bit more than that.
I can believe that. But you can't expect me to compromise my financial liquidity, if you know what I mean. As it is, it's a generous offer from Vivaldi. Given the dangers of the witcherly profession, from his perspective it's more like a grant than a loan.
When do you want it back?
Whenever is good for you. Old Vivaldi will be glad to take it back himself and have a chat while he's at it.
So, no schnapps?
Godspeed, Witcher.
Nope. So, you thought it over? I'm on my way to the recruiting station.
I don't know.
What's to consider? Jordan's not just... I don't know. What's this? Clad in hues of green, amidst shrubs he sees.
What's going on?
Morning.